I told you I was sitting at my desk when the attack happened.
His rug burns are from last night.
We think you were having sex, but memory loss could also be a symptom. Maybe we should ask your wife?
Don't. I did something stupid last night, but it was a one-time thing. You have no idea how bad I feel about it.
Your guilt is between you and your wife. We just need to know what happened.
I was having sex at a motel when I started to feel lightheaded. Next thing I knew, I was laying on my back. I could barely breathe.
Is everything all right?
We'd like to perform an exercise test, recreate the stress that may have caused his symptoms.
He was sitting at his desk.
It's his heart we're worried about. The test will monitor its rhythm so we can check for any abnormalities.
Dr. Chase said you had something to tell me.
We were talking about how you got the abrasions on your knees. The flag football game.
Oh, yeah, honey, I'm gonna need you to let the guys know I'm not gonna be able to play on Saturday.
The whole town knows that you're in the hospital. I wouldn't worry about it. That's not what you wanted to tell her. You said the game wasn't typical. Something happened that you were upset about.
I don't understand. What are you doing? I don't feel very well.
What's happening?
It's not his heart.
I know. He's having a seizure.
Sorry about earlier, but we needed to provoke a reaction.
It worked. I can barely look her in the eyes anymore.
I'd want my husband to tell me the truth.
Sure. You'll feel better and she'll feel what? Devastated, betrayed, heartbroken. You really want to do that to her?
No. But I can't live like this.
But she can. All set?
All right, we need you to sit back and try to relax. Just look at the light. Seizure activity?
No, one of the sensors came loose.
I'll fix it.
What is it?
Notophiochromocytoma.
Our patient now has a mass in his neck and his body temp's been rising over the last 3 hours.
Where's the construction crew?
Well, I'm not going to make them work day and night. So I chose night.
And his urine and blood test didn't show any evidence of an adrenaline-secreting tumor.
Meningitis. We can do a lumbar puncture to confirm.
Sorry, I had to drop my kids off at daycare across town. What'd I miss?
It's not meningitis, his neck isn't stiff, and his mental status is normal.
He's only guessing. Talking to Taub. He can't say my kids until he lets me test him. So tell me about the love shack where he cheated on his bride.
Quarters came in handy. My kids loved the massage bed.
Lab tests show the bed tested positive for semen, vaginal secretions, saliva, and fecal matter, both human and animal.
Probably want to boil the kids for a couple hours when you get home.
Bathroom also tested positive for 5 different types of pathogenic bacteria.
Fusobacterium necrophorum was one of them.
Yeah, how do you know?
The bulge in his neck. The bacteria colonized his parapharyngeal space and moved into his jugular vein, causing a thrombus. Lemire syndrome. Treat with amoxicillin and clavulanic acid. Take out the clot before it moves to his lungs, it kills him.
I have to tell my wife the truth.
There's plenty of time for that after the operation.
But what if I die and one day she finds out I cheated on her? I'll never be able to explain, never tell her how sorry I am.
You're increasing the odds of that every second we waste here.
No, I'm not agreeing to anything until I talk to her.
Daddy!
Hey. Hey, guys.
Ew. Your neck looks really gross.
I missed you both so much. But I need to ask you a favor. I need to talk to Mommy alone for a second. Would you mind watching them for us?
This guy's an idiot.
I think he actually has a good point. What would you think if you found out years later your beloved dead wife cheated on you?
You wouldn't believe it. As long as I don't hear it directly from her,
then I can hang on to hope that it's not true. But this way, she has to either dump him or forgive him.
Guys, get your stuff. We're leaving.
I'm so sorry.
I'll be back. I'm gonna drop our kids off at my mother's. Look, he made a mistake. A stupid, horrible mistake. But we'll get through this. All I care about right now is that my husband gets better.
It's not a clot.
It's his lymph nodes. Bulge wasn't caused by pus or blood, it's tissue inflammation. How could there be that much tissue?
Lymphoma. We need to take a biopsy.
Did I nick something?
I don't know.
I don't see any bleeding in here.
The sclera's jaundiced. I think it's his liver. It's failing. We have him on the donor list for a liver. These things take time, so he could die before he gets one. It's a possibility, but we have another option. We can do a partial liver transplant from a living donor. I'll do it.
If you're a match. But to increase our odds, we'd like to get your friends and family tested as well.
Is it safe?
It's a major surgery. Donor spends a week in the hospital and up to 3 months convalescing at home.
I can't ask someone to do that for me.
There are hundreds of people who would do that for you.
Because they don't know the real me.
You are a good man who made a mistake.
Then I have to tell them first.
I have to live with this too.
I know. And I'm sorry, but this is the only way that I can do this.
Before I ask any of you to sacrifice 3 months of your life for me, I have a confession. I had an affair. I cheated on Denise. I wouldn't blame anyone if you decide maybe...
I forgive him. That should be enough for all of us. Thank you so much for coming here
There's
today.
more.
Larry, that new transmission I put in your truck, you didn't need it. Joe, same thing with the engine rebuild. In fact, I cheated most of you here tonight. Half the time you bring your cars into my garage, there's nothing wrong with them. I've been ripping you all off for years. I also took $10,000 from the Harvard Scholarship Fund, and I lost it gambling. I'm sorry. I'm not the man you thought I was.